everyone, and welcome back to As They Grow Up. For those that are not familiar with our channel, I'm going to do a quick intro. My name is Samantha, and I'm the mom of 4 kiddos. My 2 girls are in their 20s, and they actually graduated from public school, and we have chose to homeschool our 2 boys, which are ages 10 and 6. Today, as part of our kickoff for our 2017-2018 school year, I'm going to be participating in a homeschool tag. Lindsay over at Mama Schmooze Reviews, and I'm going to put a link up here to her side. She tagged me in this, and so I can't wait to get started. So let me go ahead. There's 10 questions in total. So let me start off. Question number 1 is, when do you start your homeschool year, or do you homeschool year-round? For us, we homeschool year-round. Now, the way we do it, it may be different from how others do it, but we carry our full load until around May. And then in May, we take breaks throughout the year. And we'll take maybe a 2 to 3 week break in May, depending on how our year went. It varies from year to year, I'll be honest with you. And so then we start picking up a light load. And a light load, I'm talking about we keep our reading and we keep our math. And this year, for instance, Luke continued with his language arts and Davis continued with his science. And so along with that, we also pull in electives. And one of our electives for this summer, for example, was more astronomy. We focused on the solar eclipse since we are in the path of totality. That gave the boys the opportunity to learn more about that. So basically that's how we do it. And so with this week kicking off our first official week for our 2017-2018 school year, is what that means is we are back to our full load. We are once again starting everything. Okay, and question number 2. Do you have any back to school traditions? We actually do. Usually for our first day back to school, I'll do a special breakfast for the boys. I usually like to surprise them, but this year they actually requested their same breakfast they eat every morning. They are little creatures of habit, and that's what they that's what they picked out for their breakfast, and that's fine with me. So they're getting to that age to where they love giving their input, and I'll listen to what they have to say and the recommendations, and so they wanted their regular breakfast. We also will do like a fun craft or activity. We try to do games. We'll maybe do a special dinner that night to end our day, and so we just do things like that. Last year we ended up doing a really cool craft, and I actually still have it hanging on my walls. I framed them so they're really cute. This year we're going to be kicking off with games, and because this week is also the week of the eclipse, we're going to be putting that into our first day of school. So here in about 2 hours, and I'll be eclipse time. So we are going to break and go and enjoy the eclipse out in the yard, and we're going to have a fun lunch to go along with that. So that is basically our first day of school is with the eclipse this year. That's going to be hard to top next year. Okay, and so number 3 is, what do you look forward to the most about a new school year? For me, what I look forward to the most is a fresh start. Not every school year is the same, and some years we have a harder time, some years more things come up, some years it runs smooth. And so having the opportunity to say, okay, this is a fresh start, I'm going to look back at maybe, and it's a time for me to look back and say what did and did not work well for us last year, and let's make some changes so that it will hopefully go better this year. So for me, basically it just comes down to having a fresh start. The new curriculum, the new learning, just everything. That's what I look forward to. And number 4, what's your favorite part to back to school planning? Organization. We come in and I clean out the schoolroom and I start organizing stuff. And this year, and I'm going to get to this question, but with our planner, I was able to plan out further into the year. So I was able to plan our days and our classes. And so just having everything ready to go is what I look forward to the most, because I'll be honest, come around December, I'm sometimes frazzled, not all the time, but sometimes. And so being able to start that fresh and to have everything planned and laid out, I look forward to that. All right, and so question number 5 am I an early bird gets the worm or a wait until the last minute shopper? Depends. Well, for school, basically is what I do with our curriculum is I buy, or even things that we need, I buy it throughout the year. If I find it on sale, I'll buy it and I'll take it away. I'm not one that goes and buys all of my curriculum in bulk. I've never done that. I'll pick and choose as the year goes on. So I guess you would say I'm an early bird gets the worm because I don't wait till the last minute. I just like having everything ready to go. So definitely not a procrastinator at all. Number 6, What's your favorite find or deal so far? Well, like I mentioned in the last question, I buy it throughout the year as we go. But we have our library has a library bookstore, and it's the used books. And last week or the week before that, I went in there because we'll stroll in, we'll take books and donate it. And when we're in there, I always like to see what they might have available. And I found some really cool books. I found some Usborne science books and reading books. I found mythology. I found books on the body and the planets and all of that for like $1 a book. And these books are like brand new. So I'm going to say that is my deal for the school year because we've already pulled them out and used some of them. So that I was really excited to find those books at that price and them looking brand new. So that was a complete chance and a wonderful deal. What is my, oh, I just read that one. Do you use a planner, book, online, or make your own? Last year was the first year that I used a planner with Davis. Now, I've always planned on mine, but last year was the first year I used a planner with Davis, and it worked wonders. I used a paper planner, and I'd got it off Amazon, and I loved it. It had where I had all the different classes down on the bottom. It had the book that he was reading. I could put his spelling words in the column, and that worked great. So every day he would just go and pull his planner, and for him it was easier because he just followed the list. Now for this year, I still may end up getting him one of those planners. I'm still kind of tossing that around. So on that one, I guess I'm not an early bird because I'm still kind of testing the waters here. But we are using a online planner. And I'll put a link down below. And I'll also, well, you know what? I'll put a link up above to that one. I actually did a video on it. And so far, I'm loving it. Like I mentioned, we're able to plan out our year at a longer time. And so it's like, when we have something unexpected come up, like 2 weeks ago before we took a little break, Davis came down with a really bad bug. He actually ended up in the hospital for. And so obviously we didn't do school until he got feeling better. So while I already had all these classes planned out, it was no big deal because when I opened the planner, I could go and say move all my classes forward. Or keep them the same, or shuffle everything forward. And so that came in handy, and I did shuffle it forward. And the awesome thing about it is when you shuffle it forward, if you're only got that class scheduled for a Tuesday and Thursday, it's going to just move it forward to the Tuesday and Thursday. And so with that has, I think, so far I'm loving this. I've been using it for about 3 months now, and I myself personally am loving it because I'm able to plan out, and then that allows me, if we're having any activities or crafts that I need to buy stuff for, I can look ahead and say, okay, this is what's coming up. And so also Davis can access this. However, he doesn't always have his computer open during school, depending on what we're working on. But I can print him a copy of it, so I can print him out a layout of it. So that's what we're doing right now, and it seems to be working okay. He's still kind of he's still not used to it. He really loved the book last year, and so that's what I'm kind of testing the waters to see if he likes this way. Then I'll just print him, at the first of every week, it prints it all off for him. And if not, then we'll go back to the traditional planner because it only takes me a second, realistically, to pencil it all in. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, I do an online, and then I print his schedule off to follow it. Luke, he's not really old enough for the schedule. He's been asking for one, so I may just go ahead and print him one off just so he can see what his week has. But for right now, I haven't done that yet since he's only going into the 2nd grade. And next question, how do you make time for yourself to plan and get organized? I am a morning person. I get up at 5:30 and 6 in the morning. I always have. So that's my time. For our school day, we don't go by hours. So it's not like I say 8 to 9 is this or 9 to 9:30 is that. We have what we need to get done during the day, but I don't have a time set. So I get up between 5:30 and 6, and that's my time. And I will plan and get work done that I have to get done, like even on my blog or our scheduling and things like that. I get that done before they ever get up. The boys are not such early birds. They usually get up around 8:30. So I have that much time in the mornings to get things done. I mean, whether it be the house, working on my blog, working on our homeschool schedule, getting papers graded, getting things lined up. So I have that time. So that is my time in the mornings. In the evenings, I am useless. My brain does not work right. So that's why I always get it done in the mornings. If I put it off in the evenings, I might as well forget it. I'm not going to get it done. I'm not going to be able to clearly think about it. So that's where everyone's different, but I'm definitely a morning person here. And next question is, what did you do last year that you won't be doing this year? Okay, over the years, I have learned that it's okay if we don't finish all of our work. It's okay if we have a bad day and we push it to the side. Last year is when it really hit me. I mean, before I'd be like, oh, I would just stress. We didn't get this done. We didn't get this done. So I started last year just kind of being more relaxed with that. And I think it helped our homeschool days go better. Our year went better. And so I guess really, if I would have got this question last year, that would have been it. For this coming school year, I'm just going to keep with what we tried last year, and it worked. We did tweak a few of our learning stuff, but for this coming year, but that's just for me observing, and so far, so good with that. So, but like I said, we're just now kicking off our first full year. So, for their 2017, 2018, our first full week, but the subjects that I was most worried about, they are going super smooth, so that's always a plus. Describe in one word your attitude about the new school year. Positive. I am positive. I am looking at this as this is going to be the best school year yet. And the boys are looking at it that way as well, which makes it hopefully going to be a really good school year. Like I said, over the years, and it's taken me, we're going into our 5th year homeschooling, and it's taken me time because I'm a very by the list person, and so my kids are not by the list persons. So it's taken me time to realize it's okay, like I mentioned before, and we're more relaxed, and goal is to put more activities in and more fun time, and the kids are more involved in homeschool groups and just different activities like that. And so I am without a doubt certain that this is going to be a really good year. Okay, so that is my questions. I had to print them off. I could have used my phone, but all right, guys. So that is my last question. So I'm going to leave it up with that. Thank you so much for watching our channel. If anyone else would love to participate in this tag, feel free. If you do participate, let me know because I would love to go and watch your video as well. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful rest of the day.